Have you ever thought about going to your pet's spirit team when they need healing? Let me share 2 quick stories of how I did this for my cat and my dog. First, my cat had suffered from diarrhea for months and the vet could not figure out what was going on. They said the next step would be a number of really expensive tests, and even then they weren't sure if they could even find anything. In a higher self hypnosis session I did for a client right around that same time, her higher self did an exercise where it balanced her gut bacteria, so I decided to try the same thing with my cat. I spoke to my cat's higher self and spirit team, and I asked them to do just that, to balance his gut bacteria and also to flush his intestinal tract with unconditional love and light. Then I surrounded him with angels and healing masters and psychic surgeons and asked them to work on him repeatedly at night until he was completely healed. I visualized what that whole process would look like and asked his higher self to monitor it and make sure that it happened. Within 2 weeks, my cat was totally healed. The second example is more recent with my husky, who ended up getting a scratch on his eye that got infected. I did get him antibiotics for his eye, but then he developed a cyst or a welt right on his eyeball that was red and irritated. I took him to his normal vet several times, and despite all the drops and medications we got, nothing helped. They told me I would have to take him to a dog ophthalmologist. I had been asking his spirit team to give him healing, and I was getting a little frustrated at this point because I knew, being healed of 3 incurable diseases myself, that everything I was doing should be working. So I had more of like a sit down with his higher self. And I said, look, hey, I really don't want to spend this kind of money that it's going to cost for him to have surgery, and I certainly don't want him to go through the trauma of having surgery on his eyeball. What can we do? And I felt his higher self really being there with me at that time. So I brought in again angels and psychic surgeons and healing masters and set up the whole scene in my mind of what it looked like and asked them to diligently work on his eyeball and dissolve that thing off of his eye. I then asked for a healing orb of light to be placed in his eye to also work on dissolving that cyst. Within 3 days, it was gone. Now, I'm not saying this is a magic pill for every pet. Every pet has its own soul journey, just like humans do, and they do check out when they want to. But this is definitely something we can use and place our faith and our trust in, because just like our spirit team is there for us, it's also there for our pets. Their soul journey and their experiences are no less important than ours. So connect with their team, know that they hear you, and have faith.